go. All right, good evening, everybody. It is Monday night here at the BTA Network. Now, normally, uh, it'd be Monday Mayhem, and we'd be more like having fun. Unfortunately, we got something a little bit more serious than that. Yeah, we're calling tonight's show Milton Mayhem because how would you like to have a 180? How would you like to have a 180-mile-an-hour hurricane way out there in the Gulf? Because that's exactly what's going on right now. No joke.
That is no joke. So I'm going to do the introductions because on my screen it's a little bit different. So if I say something that isn't the way it is, you just say it.
Okay.
So my name is Chaos. I am the founder and creator of Beyond the Airwaves. Of course, you all know my assistant Shirley, Miss Oddball Extreme.
Word.
We have our tiny Oreo sitting in her living room. She really doesn't have much she wants to say, so I'm gonna let her be today.
Okay.
And then
Hi.
and then below me, although I don't know what it looks like on Shirley's screen, is our resident Joker who really needs to get the face paint on.
Okay, let me see if I can fix this. There
Hello,
we go.
everyone.
Okay.
Happy
right
Monday.
there,
So
right down there, and there we go. Now we got it all organized.
So what I'm gonna say right now is not a joke. We have a Category 5 hurricane churning in the Gulf of Mexico. The problem is the Gulf of Mexico right now is like a fucking hot tub. This isn't a joke either. We're looking at temperatures in the range of 27 to 31 degrees centigrade. Now, 27, that may not sound hot, but Shirley, can you do the
Mathematics?
Yep.
All right.
So 27 to 31. I just want both those numbers.
All right, let's see. 27 to 31. Oops, hold on. Come on. Dang it. Hold on. Okay, here we go. 27 to 31 is 80.6 to 87.8. That doesn't sound right. I thought it was like 89.
So 80.6 is 27.
Mm-hmm.
And 31 degrees Celsius
Is 87.8.
So let's put this in perspective for you. It's just below body temperature, but if you're swimming in the Gulf of Mexico right now, it probably feels pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
But the problem is that's the surface temperature, and that's what the hurricanes feed on, is the very surface.
Yeah, and speaking of which, I'm going to put up My Radar Pro, since that's the one that can actually show me the hurricane track, the hurricane, and so forth.
Yep. So go for it, Shirley.
There it is.
So what I want you guys to pay very special attention to is the fact, if you look where that purple smudge is, that's the actual eye of the hurricane. It is not going to hit the Yucatan Peninsula. If it were, it would weaken, but it's not going to. It's just going to keep on churning. Now, we're dealing right now, this storm literally got ranked Cat 5 at like 11 a.m.
Yeah.
Okay? And I was like, shit.
Yeah, and before you go on, our man from the Bronx, Sajo, is in the chat.
Yep. So I'm going to say this to everyone who's in Florida and listening to us. If you are, I'm going to be blunt, I'm going to be frank, and I'm going to be honest. This is looking to have a potential of 15, possible more, 12 to 15 or more foot storm surge with it. If you live in Florida and you live in any area that is below 20 feet, I say get the fuck out of Dodge. The problem is that's a good chunk of Florida because the highest elevation in Florida is only 90 feet. So if you live anywhere where it's below, say, 20 feet, get the fuck out of Dodge. I don't care what anyone says. We have a mass evacuation going on, so just follow the cars going north and you'll be fine.
Yeah, and basically, if you want to come up here to Montgomery, you are more than welcome. We welcome people from Helene. We'll welcome you from Milton too.
Yep. And there's also people in like Mississippi offering their space. So this is a very major issue. The problem that I see is this is going the exact opposite direction Hurricane Andrew went.
Yeah.
Hurricane Andrew came in from the east and was traveling west. This is doing the exact opposite thing, and this is so unusual for any hurricane to go east in the Gulf. But it's happened twice now this year.
Yeah.
With this storm and Helene.
Because what's going on is there's a cold front coming through over here, and that's going to end up steering Milton.
That's right. And when I say to people that when I throw up alarm bells, you need to pay very close attention to why, I'm not kidding. You guys, how often have I thrown up severe critical alarm bells?
Pretty good, actually.
Plenty, at least this year, at least in the state of Iowa alone.
Yeah, and I did call the derecho 4 years ago.
Yeah,
you did.
So I want anyone who's in Florida, I don't care where you are in Central Florida, especially if you're in Walt Disney World right now or anywhere to the west of that. So
Get
Walt
out of
Disney
there.
World to the west, get the fuck out of Dodge.
I suspect Disney and all those theme parks are probably going to close up because they want to make sure not just the visitors are safe, but their employees are also safe.
They have to. But I'll be honest, I'm kind of gonna say this kind of on the DL and kind of to be funny, but in a way it's true. I do kind of hope that Mar-a-Lago gets turned into a swamp because of this.
Well, we'll have to wait and see what happens because it's not quite in the cone, but it is under a hurricane watch, so...
Yeah. But yeah, it is crazy right now. And the problem is, 2 weeks ago, we had Helene that we had to prepare for. And Helene was hellacious. It was huge. It was powerful, and it literally buried towns in water.
Yeah.
Big cities, too. Asheville, North Carolina is not a small city. Okay, so it literally buried a big city in water.
Yeah, because the problem was the people there, not following them, okay, they weren't prepared because they didn't realize the storm had, it veered east just a little bit, then it moved up, kind of stalled, created the big problem.
Yep, and you can't blame them for not realizing that kind of shit happened.
No, because as we've always said this, weather is extremely fickle. Atlanta was supposed to be like close to the east side of the storm, but the storm shifted eastward and Atlanta missed it. Now they did get flooding, mind you, but it wasn't anything like they could have had.
Yeah. So here's the breakdown. Saturday, this storm transitioned from a tropical depression to a tropical storm. Saturday, it was turning as a tropical storm. It shifted within about an hour from being declared a tropical storm, it transitioned into hurricane status, which is 75-mile-per-hour sustained winds.
Yeah, see,
Now,
here's the whole path right here.
so when I'm going to go and explain two things here.
Okay.
The difference between sustained and maximum gust. Sustained wind is like you walk outside and you feel the breeze. That's a sustained wind. And if you're feeling it, you're feeling probably about 15-mile-per-hour winds. Okay? Give or take. Okay? That's a sustained wind. A gust, on the other hand, is more of a sudden whoosh of air.
Yep.
Okay? So we're going to be using a lot of those two terms, so I wanted to make sure that the terminology is understood. The categories is the Simpson, Sheffier,
Saffir-Simpson.
Yeah, you know what I meant.
Yeah.
Saffir-Simpson hurricane scale that measures the wind speed. And you get a category 5 at, I think it's like 157, 158 or so.
Actually, it's 150. Well, it's close enough. They go 156, but
for our discussion today, let's just say it's 156 just to be safe.
Okay.
And Cat 5 is the maximum cat we have. So and with that category also comes millibars. So your average air pressure is usually around 29.97 inches of mercury. That's when you're at about at equal pressure.
Yeah. We're ready to find out what it is right now. Well, I will tell you this.
Hold on.
Okay.
That 29 point whatever inches I just said, that equates to roughly what, 950, 980 millibars or so.
Let me check that. Hold on. Let's see.
Yeah, please check that.
All right. Let's see. Come on, 29.46 inches.
To millibars.
There we go. Found it. 33.8. No, that's per inch. No. Let me try that again. Hold on. Bear with me. There we go. Okay. Let's see. What'd you say about 29, you said?
Probably about like close to 960 or so.
Okay, 960 would put it at...
I got it.
29.5.
Yeah, so at 30 inches of mercury, which is roughly what you're dealing with here, you're looking at 1,015 millibars. Okay, roughly. Hurricanes are known for getting really, 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 really low pressures. Now think about it like this. You have high pressures and low pressures. Now imagine the atmosphere being kind of like a plastic sheet over the earth, okay? When you have a low pressure, that's a weight coming from above pressing down. No, it's reverse. It's a weight coming from below pressing up. Okay? When you have a high pressure, it's the reverse. So a weight coming down. Okay? So what happens when you have a low pressure is you've got wind and air funneling upwards. That's what causes storms. Okay? I'm going to tell you a number right now, and your jaws are going to drop. Remember, average pressure that you are dealing with day in and day out is about 1,015 millibars.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, well, as of 7 o'clock tonight, which that should be getting an update here soon.
Mm-hmm. About 30 minutes.
As of 7 o'clock tonight, the minimum central pressure we're dealing with here is 897 millibars.
Yeah.
To put that into perspective, that's literally the 5th lowest pressure we have ever seen in a hurricane.
Mm-hmm.
The lowest pressure we've ever seen was Super Typhoon Tip, and that was at 870 at its worst.
Mm-hmm. The one in the Atlantic that stands out the most is Rita, and I think
Wilma.
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 Oh, okay.
Wilma had an 887, I believe it was.
Oh, okay.
So if you think about this, we're talking some super low pressures, which means lots of air being sucked up, lots of heat being sucked up, which means even though this storm really isn't that big when you consider hurricane sizes,
Mm-hmm.
it's very compact and it's like a buzzsaw.
Yeah. And this is going to shock you even more. The eye of that storm is barely over 4 miles wide. That's it.
That and it gets even worse than that, Shirley. In one of the pass-throughs that the hurricane hunters made through this,
Mm-hmm.
they weren't able to penetrate the eye wall.
Ooh,
Uh-oh.
that's not good.
No.
So think about that for 2 seconds when you think about how crazy this shit is. If you can't penetrate the eye wall, and these guys that do the hurricane hunters, they're trained up to and exceeding Cat 4 speeds.
Mm-hmm.
So for them to not be able to penetrate the eye wall properly, that says something. There's a lot of hail in the eye wall. Holy shit, that's not normal. There's a lot of lightning.
That isn't normal.
No, it is not. This storm is weird.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry to say, I discussed this with the group I'm in called the Amateur Storm Trackers. Keyword there is amateur. We may be good, but we are still fucking amateurs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And we're watching this little buzzsaw go, and it's like, it's scary, actually.
Oh, yeah, because right now, this is the 7 o'clock advisory, 7 o'clock Central Time. It's only 60 miles northwest of Progreso, Mexico. Why does that ring a bell for me? Janet and I went to Progreso in our 2019 cruise.
Yep. So I just got a recon observation from 2:02 Zulu time, which is about a little bit before now.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a little bit of raising in the pressure, but not much.
Yeah.
We're looking at 906 right now.
Okay.
So it's slightly weakening, but not very much.
Yeah, that could be one of those things where it's cycling.
Exactly. And that's what storms will do, is cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, the majority of the Florida Peninsula, I looked this up because I was curious. because why not? We're dealing with a Florida storm here, so
Mm-hmm.
why wouldn't I want to know? And I looked at the topographical map of the state. Did you know vast majority of this of the state is literally feet above surface? This is not a nutso. This is not a game, people. Okay. This storm could literally, and this is not a joke, could literally reshape the coastline
Mm-hmm.
if that happens.
Yeah. Now, here's something else that Josh Johnson, our meteorologist here in Montgomery, he mentioned this perfectly. Storm is supposed to hit landfall as a Cat 3. Maybe it might change. I don't know. But here's the thing. One thing he said, the storm surge won't have enough time to change in 2 days. So even if it's only a Cat 3, that storm surge will probably still be the same.
Yep. And remember, these storms are like big, giant fucking vacuum cleaners. So I'm looking at the topographical map of Florida,
Mm-hmm.
and right east of Tampa, there's some 90-foot peaks, but that's it.
Uh-huh.
That's not going to weaken the storm very much.
No.
So they expect Milton to go straight through Florida as still a hurricane.
Oh, yeah. I believe it.
Okay. Remember, that means wind speeds of sustained wind speeds of 75 miles per hour or greater.
Mm-hmm.
We did clock a few we did get a few gusts clocked
Mm-hmm.
at 200 plus.
I believe that.
Okay. And I personally believe that if it avoids the sun, a wind shear, it could hit 200 sustained.
Yeah.
And that's nutso land.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As far as everything else is considered with this storm, okay?
Mm-hmm.
If you live in the Florida area, listen to your people. I don't give a shit what they say. I don't give a shit how long you've been in your fucking city. I don't care. If they tell you to get the fuck out of Dodge for your safety, go.
Mm-hmm.
Not even a joke. Go. I'd much rather have people alive than killed by something that could be prevented.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And that.
Yeah, so right now what we're doing is we're waiting for the next update. It should come at about 9:50-ish, because they always say 10 p.m., but it's always about 9:50. So.
Yeah. And that leads me to a little bit of a problem I have with armchair meteorologists or wannabe meteorologists. Shirley, do we have a graphic yet for rant mode?
No, we don't. I'll have to work on that. I'm sorry.
You're good.
You're good.
So, that brings me to this. People who think that cloud seeding can do stuff. Cloud seeding is real. I'm going to say this. Cloud seeding itself does exist, but it cannot ever do something like a hurricane or a tornado. A seeded cloud can only release some rain. That's it.
Yeah.
There's no technology we have at all in this fucking world. I don't care where you fucking live. I don't give a shit. that has the ability to put 200,000 nuclear reactors worth of energy into a single fucking point without causing complete obliteration of said point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, mind you, nuclear reactors are really powerful. So when I say 200,000, I'm not joking. Most hurricanes, this one is definitely one of them, are capable of releasing the same amount of energy in an hour as 200,000 fucking nuclear reactors will release in their entire fucking life cycle. Think about that. Think about that. Am I wrong, Shirley?
No.
Okay. And if we had the capability to create hurricanes or to disrupt hurricanes or to disrupt tornadoes or to create tornadoes, that millions of fucking lives would be safe, but we don't have that capability.
Mm-hmm.
You can't launch a nuke at a fucking tornado and expect it to dissipate.
Yeah.
No. You know what's going to happen if you do that?
It's have a nuclear fallout.
You're going to spread that nuclear fallout through a huge area.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with a hurricane. You drop a nuke in a hurricane, well, you just irradiated a huge fucking swath of land. You just turned a place into fallout for all I can care.
Mm-hmm.
And Joker?
Yeah.
Explain to the fans how bad fallout is when I say it like that.
Oh, God. Nuclear wasteland. Absolute wasteland.
Mhm.
Nothing left but maybe a few people scattered about.
Yeah, because look what happened. Look what happened in Chernobyl, 1986. Fukushima in Japan after that earthquake / tsunami.
I mean, here's the problem. People that think you can disrupt these massive fucking storms are stupid, first off.
Mm-hmm.
Second off, anyone online, I don't give a shit who the fuck you think you are, that says, oh, these hurricanes were seeded, da 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 da. No, you fucking morons. There is nothing in this universe that we can do as humans that can cause that at all.
Mm-mm.
And the fact that people are still pushing this narrative is frustrating to me as a weather person.
Especially to me as a weather geek as well, because I look at these things like, we don't see clouds. What are we doing? What is this?
Well, here's the thing. We can see the clouds
Mm-hmm.
to help produce rain for dry areas.
Mm-hmm.
But there's the key point. This is if it's a dry area, you're seeding a rainstorm to help take away that dryness.
Yeah. Well, let's see. I was gonna say something. I blanked. Damn it. Sorry.
No, you're good. So, yes, it's possible to seed a little rain, but it is not possible whatsoever to create a fucking hurricane, any kind of severe weather, to be honest.
Yeah.
It just isn't possible.
Mm-hmm.
So I want people to really pay attention, because even after this hurricane goes through, I'm going to predict something. And if I'm wrong, great. I'm glad to be wrong on this. But everyone in this chat right now, everyone in this group can tell you, how often I'm fucking wrong with my predictions.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Mike. How often am I wrong about my predictions?
Not too often.
Yeah.
This storm, Milton, is going to do nothing appreciable to the energy in the Gulf, which means that the Gulf of Mexico is still going to be primed. The Caribbean Sea area is still going to be primed to support the creation of another massive fucking hurricane.
Mm-hmm.
Do not think that just because this is a category 5, that somehow it's taking all the energy out of the Gulf of Mexico. It ain't doing shit at all. It's going to still have enough energy to produce another possible category 5.
Mm-hmm.
When your surface temperatures are so fucking warm that it feels like a cool bath.
Hey, Janet,
Okay.
can you turn your TV down just a little bit? Janet. Here, I'll do this. There.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry about that.
When we're talking about catastrophic systems like this, and yes, Sajo, catastrophic levels is really bad.
Mm-hmm.
So when we're talking about storms of this magnitude, yeah, they're taking a little bit of energy out of the ocean, out of the sea.
Yep.
But not much. Not much at all. You got to remember, the eye of this storm, the eye of most hurricanes is about 22 miles in diameter. The eye of this storm, and the eye is where you actually see the inflow. So that's where it gets the energy from the sea and puts it into the rest of the storm. The eye of this storm is only 4 nautical miles in diameter. I'm going to put that in perspective. That's about the same distance as me and Mike are apart from each other.
Yeah.
Okay. He is on the southwest side of our city, and I'm on the northeast side of our city. That's about how far we are apart as the crow flies. That's tiny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not very big at all.
Okay. I'm not trying to be a catastrophizer or anything like that. Only got fucking category 5. It's kind of hard not to catastrophize that.
Yeah.
Would you agree with me on that, Mike?
Yeah, I agree.
Now, I remember Hurricane Andrew. In fact, Hurricane Andrew is the storm that caused me to become interested in weather. I was in kindergarten when that storm went through. I was in kindergarten and had an active case of chickenpox at that time. So I was watching that storm. Trust me when I say this, storms like this should only be once in a lifetime.
But now it's becoming too common.
It is becoming too common.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
And this leads to another question. Why? Why are these storms becoming too common? We look earlier this year, we had Beryl. We looked 2 weeks ago, we had Helene.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have Milton.
Yep.
Why are these storms becoming so common? You want to know the truth of the matter?
Uh-huh.
It's us. It's humans.
Yep.
It's the amount of carbon dioxide and other pollutants in the atmosphere. And anyone that tries to say that climate change isn't real, point to Superstorm Sandy.
Mm-hmm.
Point to Hurricane Katrina. Point to Hurricane Ike. Point to Hurricane Beryl. Point to Hurricane fucking Helene. Point to this. These storms are proof that there is something going on with our atmosphere. And these storms are getting worse. These storms are getting worse and worse by the year.
Mm-hmm.
When you have a fucking 48-hour path from a fucking tropical storm
To a monster Cat 5 hurricane, it's like, what the hell?
Yep, because that should not be possible.
No, I mean, seriously, it was upgraded to a tropical storm like Saturday at 1 o'clock. 48 hours later, 180-mile-an-hour winds and a Cat 5. It's like, whoa.
Yeah. And I'm not trying. I really fucking hate having to do shit like this. I really do hate having to come on the air and throw warnings like this out because I care about people in the way. But Beyond the Airwaves is first and foremost a news organization. It always has been. It always will be.
Mm-hmm.
And what is one of the jobs of a news organization? Mike, Shirley?
Report the news.
Yep.
To report the news and to keep people safe. I take that very, very seriously. Because I give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Okay.
So when I'm saying that something is going on, we can't continue ignoring this.
No.
And when we're dealing with this, there needs to be humanity in the world. So, I just want to say right now, if in 2 weeks we don't have another hurricane, cool. If in 2 weeks we have another hurricane, guess what? We're going to be back here doing the exact same thing. Because we care.
Yep. Exactly.
Because we care about your safety. Because we care about the safety of everyone who ever listens to our show. Because we care about the safety of the people of the planet. We are going to keep people informed.
And it's not because we have to, it's because we want to.
Exactly. If I wanted to, I could tell Shirley today, we're done. BTA is done.
Yep.
But I'm not going to. Why? Because just like with me being a storm spotter, I take my role in this world to help protect people very seriously. I want you guys who listen to our show the people who listen, the people who subscribe, the people who follow us, please understand that we do this not because we were hired to. No. We do this because we can.
Yep.
Would you agree with me on that, Shirley?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking in the what's it called? Radar Omega track information. Shirley, do you have the Radar Omega capability for the stream yet?
Yeah, I can get him just a second. Hold on. But I don't know. I don't know if I can get the hurricane tracker though on it. It's the only problem.
I have it.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, I don't think I do.
We have the same one.
Okay.
So what you do is you click the 3 lines, go to Outlooks and Monitoring,
Okay.
and then you click the one that looks like a tropical cyclone. Turn on Past Track and Intensity, Cone 120 hours, Projected Track, Current Wind Field, Hurricane Force on the next tab, and then all the fucking stuff going on. And you go through this.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, but internet kind of cut out for a brief minute.
Okay.
You're good.
Scared me to pieces here.
That's
Jesus.
understandable. Oh, it worked! I can see the track.
Yep.
Yay! Now, make sure I get it up first. So give me a second here. Okay, do this. Uh-oh, I can't find it. Oh, crap. Okay.
Well, we can work on that later.
Yeah.
We'll work on that later. I'm looking at what's called the recon area, the recon drone that they send out. And I'm looking right at the eye, looking at the raw data. 2149 north, 9017 west, 6972. Okay, the exact pressure is 909.1 millibars with a wind speed of 135 knots.
Okay,
And then
I got it.
And then there's this. Yeah. So this is Radar Omega. It's one of our tools that we have for our own reasons because we do this weather stuff quite a bit. If you zoom in, Shirley, look up, go to the little 3-line thing, go to the Outlooks and Monitoring, and then go to Hurricane Hunters and turn on 1114 alpha.
Okay, tropical weather already there. What am I looking for?
1114 tropical weather. Yep, in there.
Got that.
And inside there, go to Hurricane Hunters.
Okay. I want the one from 21 hours ago, right?
No, you want the one from 12 minutes ago.
Oh, okay, there it is. There we go. Close.
So if you zoom in where the hurricane symbol is, you'll see the Hurricane Hunters track. Zoom in and you'll see like a little diamond in there. Okay. Do you see the little diamond?
Yeah.
So that's it circling the fucking eye. Because if you look at the wind directions, zoom way in. You'll have to go real tight. But if you see the wind directions, you'll know that that's the eye. We're looking at some of the raw recon data, 90.909 millibars, 154 knots. Like, I'm literally looking at this closely. 917 and a half millibars at 162 knots. 912.9 millibars at 154 knots sustained, 180 knots gusting, 167 gusts.
Yeah, that update should be coming any minute now.
218 gust.
Oh, okay. It has dropped to 165 miles per hour. But it's still a Cat 5. And barometric pressure has gone up to 914 millibars or 26.99 inches of mercury.
Yep. This is what we're talking about, people. We're literally getting this data live.
Uh-huh.
And people, you need to understand that when we're talking about this shit, we're not trying to BS you. We're not trying to blow smoke up your ass. We're trying to be very real.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like I said before, we care.
Yeah. Unlike some people we know, however, we're not going to bring up the political part of this mess because, frankly, most of us have already heard it today and we're tired. You know?
Yeah.
That.
So it's like, I'm not going to bring up the political part of all this because, let's face it, most people have probably heard it over the last couple of days and they don't really want to hear it again.
All I'm going to say about the political, and this is the only thing I'm going to say, literally, if you want this kind of data that we are looking at live on air and on stream at your fingertips, do not, and I repeat this, do not vote for Donald Trump, because this kind of data that we are using will be gone. See, that's as simple as I'm going to leave it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah, because unfortunately, I know as much, we try our best not to, but there are people trying to make this into a political mess. It's like, come on, people.
Exactly.
Stop. It doesn't matter which side you're on either. Okay? This isn't the time.
Oh God. Oh no.
Oh, what's going on?
The eye wall replacement cycle, also known as the EWRC.
Mm-hmm.
So to explain this, the eye wall replacement cycle is the natural part of a hurricane's progression where the old eye wall is reabsorbed into the hurricane itself and then replaced with a new eye wall. Okay? Hence, eye wall replacement cycle.
Yeah.
It's a cycle. Okay? The eye wall replacement cycle that the hurricane just went through to get rid of the old and bring in the new is just about over. That's the reason why it dropped a little bit in strength. A little bit. Now that the eye wall replacement cycle is about to end, we're going to look at some more possible strengthening coming from this storm.
Yeah.
So remember, people, we're not playing around with this bitch.
No.
So we're trying to be as real with you as is humanly possible.
Because I feel like I've seen so many Cat 5s over the past, ever since Katrina. A lot of Category 5s.
Yeah. And people need to realize that when we deal with this shit, it gets exhausting at times.
Yeah, it does. It does. Oh, sorry. Did not mean to do that.
It really does get tiring, and inevitably someone is going to not pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
Someone is going to get hurt in this storm. I know it's going to happen. There's nothing I can do to stop it.
Mm-hmm.
But right now,
there's only 2 words. Be prepared.
Yep. I want everyone in the area to please be prepared for anything. Because anything can and will happen. And I'm going to leave my part at that and let Shirley and Mike take over for a while.
All right. Well, there's only like 9 minutes left, so.
Yeah, we got 9 minutes left of the show.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead.
That flashing red I just saw on the radar.
Wait.
Oh, but this is Hurricane 74 mile plus. Okay, the red is the
Yeah, that's the wind field that you're looking at right there.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Tropical storm. That's the hurricane. That's tropical storm force. Okay.
So yeah, that's your wind field of the storm.
Okay.
So as you can see, the wind field is actually pretty compact.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, but
yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. There are idiots out there putting out a bunch of crazy theories, this and that. But like I said, that's all I'm gonna say, because if you want to know, look it up on Facebook. Look it up on social media. Find lots of disinformation and misinformation. So.
Yeah, especially if you go on Twitter or X or whatever the fuck they call it this week, and look up hashtag WX Twitter.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Janet, I had to mute you, so go ahead and unmute, please. All right. Yeah, but I mean, this is serious, folks. This is not a joke. This is not a game. We mean business.
You know what?
What?
Following the weather naysayers on Twitter, I would much rather trust Frodo's judgment in the weather than I had some asshole weather person who doesn't know what the hell they're talking about.
Oh, I still remember last year when one woman said a Category 6 hurricane is going to hit Florida and the Carolinas on September 6th. Of course, that didn't happen.
And here's the problem with that. There is no fucking Cat 6.
Mm-hmm.
Because Cat 5...
It's impossible to have one, though.
No, not right now.
Well, actually, with this bastard, there's some discussions going on underground, but nothing has been said to be for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, if a storm gets worse than what we're dealing with now, there might be a chance that this Shafir-Simpson scale gets redone.
Oh, you want to know something? At the rate that I can turn this off. At the rate our climate is changing, I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe not in my lifetime, or even Shirley's lifetime, or anybody's here's lifetime. But there is a possibility we could get a cat 6, just maybe not in our lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I'm feeling on that.
But yeah, what did you think of everything we said tonight, Jan? What did you think
What'd
of
you say, Pro?
I said, what did you think of everything we said tonight? Because I know
It's
you
the
were
truth.
listening.
It's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem
know?
is, it's scary.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Ashley?
She says same.
And we do this as a public service.
Yeah. That's how we are, because we usually would do our money mayhem, but considering how serious Milton is right now, we're going to decide to change things up just a little bit tonight.
Yeah. And yeah, I made the call for that, but I didn't hear anybody in the group say, no, we shouldn't do this. And if someone would have said it, I'd have been like, all right. But we discuss stuff hours in advance, don't we, you guys?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It's our choice and it will help other people.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, I don't mind it either way, because it's important.
Mm-hmm.
We have to.
Well, I'm trying to wrap my head around it because I live in a state, excuse me, that is not prone to hurricanes or tornadoes. But I'm trying to learn about it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, you're the most you're usually prone to is like a dust devil or 5.
A big dust storm. Ask Shirley.
Mm-hmm.
She was nervous about a dust storm. We were driving down Interstate 10 to get back to my house. And she goes, where's the dust storm? And it was a cloud, about maybe 5 miles away from the freeway?
Mm-hmm.
But no, the Haboob dust storms, depending on where you live, the severe thunderstorms. But that's really what I've got to worry about.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get back up here. But I'm sorry, I did not realize the TV in the living room was up that loud.
You're
Yeah.
good. You're good.
Yeah. I do apologize for having a mute, but
It's all right. It was
all right.
to save you. But anyway,
Okay.
to all the people in I was watching the Weather Channel
Uh-huh.
and it showed these people lining up to get out of Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
And they were all turning around and driving north.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get it out right in a minute.
Yeah.
But to
So you-
all you people in Florida, stay safe. If you don't evacuate, you are up shit creek, people.
Yep. And it might be without a paddle.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be scary.
They are predicting, the power company is predicting over 2 million people without power.
Yeah. And more
once
than
that hurricane
likely,
goes through.
it's not going to get restored for at least a couple of weeks.
And that's on top of what the damage Helene did in Florida.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
In the last 4 weeks, less than, there's been 2 major hurricanes that have went through different parts of Florida. And they both have caused massive damage. Surely we're at
About 10 right now, so.
Yep.
All right,
I-
so. Okay, so you can go ahead
Can I say one more thing real quick?
Well, go ahead.
One more thing real quick. I just hope that these people that are evacuating Florida again make it to the hotels in Dothan.
Mm-hmm. Or
Okay,
up to
go ahead.
Montgomery. All right, so anyway, Friday we're gonna lighten things up a bit because hopefully,
Hopefully.
yeah, Friday we're going to lighten things up a bit because here's the thing. Janet's birthday is on Thursday, but since we're going to do our show on Friday, we're going to let Janet choose the game.
And you guys get 3 guesses on what game I'm going to pick. And the first 2 guesses don't count.
Yeah, but here's the fun part. We're not going to mention it until the time of the show. We already know what it is, but we're not going to let anybody know yet.
Your zips are lipped, huh, Shirley?
Yep, exactly. But we are going to have fun and celebrate Janet's belated birthday. So,
Yeah.
and then 2 weeks after that, Ash will have her birthday. And then that last week of October, going to November 1st, 3 of us have birthdays. Let's see, I think it's
Mike,
Frodo,
and you?
Frodo, then Mike, then me.
No, reverse that.
Mike, then...
Yeah. It's me, then Frodo, then me, then Mike, then me, Mike, then. Sorry, I'm so freaking confused.
All good.
I'm confused. All right. My mouth is sealed. All right. So anyway, that's basically our plan for the rest of this month, really. And I'm gonna have a little surprise in that birthday week. I may not be doing Yu-Gi-Oh at all.
Oh, I know what you have planned, but I ain't saying. I know. I'm like Sergeant Schultz in Hogan's Heroes. I know nothing. Nothing.
Exactly.
Unless, of course, you bribe him with strudel.
All right. So with that in mind, I'm going to play the 15-second ending. So bear with us, Growl. Alright, so with that in mind, I am going to say love, peace, and chicken grease. Everybody have a great night, sleep well, stay safe, especially if you are in the Florida Peninsula trying to get out. Seriously, we want you safe, alright? So
I'm wondering if Pensacola's going to get anything.
no, Pensacola will not.
That's right. Pensacola's in the Panhandle, not the Peninsula.
Right. Alright, so have a great night, sleep well, stay safe, and we'll see you Friday for Janet's birthday game night. So,
Thank you.
yeah, peace, y'all. Later.
Bye, everybody.